Let me begin with this question. The presidency is about choices. So I'm curious why President Trump chose yesterday to send out his press secretary to essentially litigate a provable falsehood when it comes to a small and petty thing like inaugural crowd size. I guess my question to you is, why do that?
Chuck, the president did many things yesterday.
You did not answer the question. Why did the president send out his press secretary, who's not just the spokesperson for Donald Trump, he also serves as the spokesperson for all of America at times?
If we're going to keep referring to our press secretary in those types of terms, I think that we're going to have to rethink our relationship here. I want to have a great open relationship with our press, but look what happened the day before.
You did not answer the question of why the president asked the White House press secretary to come out in front of the podium for the first time and utter a falsehood.
You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point remains.
Wait a minute. Alternative facts? You sent the press secretary out there to utter a falsehood on the smallest, pettiest thing.
I don't think anybody can prove that. Look, I actually don't think that. I don't think you can prove those numbers one way or the other. There's no way to really quantify crowds. We all know that. You can laugh at me all you want, but I'm very glad.
I'm just
Chuck,
befuddled.
Well, but you are, and I think it's actually symbolic of the way we're treated by the press. The way that you just laughed at me is actually symbolic of the way, very representative of the way we're treated by the press. I'll just ignore it. I'm bigger than that. I'm a kind and gracious person.
Why stand in front of a memorial at the CIA
What else
and
did he
talk
say at the
about
CIA,
crowd
though?
sizes?
You don't want. He went to the CIA yesterday. He thought he was going to witness the swearing in of his CIA director, Mike Pompeo. But you know why that didn't happen, Chuck? Because the United States Senate won't confirm.
I want to go back to a question that you continue to deflect. Why was it necessary to send out the press secretary on his first day in office to utter a provable falsehood that now calls into question everything the press secretary will say from here on out?
No, it doesn't. You want them to hear that. You want them to hear that I'm not answering your questions, which I'm doing. You want them to hear that they can't trust our press secretary. I think that is a very dangerous statement to me.
What was the motive to have this ridiculous litigation of crowd size?
Your job is not to give your opinion, Chuck. Respectfully, your job is not to call things ridiculous that are said by our press secretary and our president. That's not your job. You're supposed to be a news person. You're not an opinion columnist.
Can you please? You have not answered it.
I'll answer it this way. Think about what you just said to your viewers. That's why we feel compelled to go out and clear the air.
It's a political tactic to come up with alternative facts and try to set up the press as your enemy?
I didn't say that at all. Terrorism.
You never answered why or the motivation of what was necessary about doing that.
You just referred to us as ridiculous. We were lied about. NBC covered that false report. I mean, we can't have this kind of relationship.
Look, I'm going to have to leave it there. You have another interview to go to. I have a rest of the show to go to. Kellyanne Conway, I appreciate you coming on to share your views.
Ask Chuck Schumer why we don't ask Chuck Schumer.